So with the change of seasons, a lot of people are having problems with allergies and asthma. And I want to talk to you today about asthma and kind of what that actually is and how that actually might be a symptom of an underlying cause, that cause actually being adrenal fatigue. I'm Dr. Andrew Neville, and I specialize in treating adrenal fatigue, and I see a lot of my patients with issues with asthma and allergies and histamine reactions, different kinds of things. And these symptoms or these conditions, they're incredibly common. I mean, some of the most popular over-the-counter medications are targeting allergies and asthma and those kinds of issues. But the question I always have is why, right? So let's think a little more deeply, right? If allergies and asthma, I'm kind of put those together because most of the time they are kind of allergic types of reactions. You can get, rashes with allergies. You can get, watery eyes and, nasal congestion, things like that. But you can also get some bronchoconstriction or some mucus in the lungs as well, which kind of contributes to some of the asthmatic symptoms. But why? What does that mean ultimately, right? And what it means is our immune system is, and I say our because I dealt with allergies and asthma as well, our immune system is attacking non-toxic stuff, things that aren't going to kill us, non-pathogenic things. Our immune system is mistaking friend from foe. Why is that? I mean, that's interesting, right? The immune system is always sampling our environment, right? Whether it's the food we eat, the air we breathe, it's sampling our environment to protect us, right? Because it's trying to detect something that can really harm us. And it makes mistakes sometimes. It'll jump onto pollen or gluten or whatever and make a mistake and say, oh, this looks like a pathogenic bacteria. Let me generate a bunch of antibodies to this. But there's this regulatory part of the immune system that actually kind of kills off that cell before it generates a full-on reaction. Well, with a bit of a genetic predisposition and enough chronic stress over time to overwhelm those genetics, when we start putting our body into fight or flight too much and releasing too much stress hormone, that stress hormone goes everywhere in the body, including hitting the immune system, and causes a shift in the immune system. Technically a Th1 to Th2 shift, if you want to nerd out on this like I do. That Th2 increase, right, sets us up for increasing antibody production. So we increase sampling, we increase antibody production, and the stress hormones hit the immune system, and it blocks that regulatory part of the cell. So now we make more mistakes and we catch less of them. And all of a sudden our immune system is mistaking friend for foe, and that can happen really anywhere. Anywhere we have mucosal membranes, right? The GI tract, even genital urinary tract, but certainly the respiratory tract, whether it's kind of upper respiratory or down in the lungs, contributing to asthma. So when I'm looking at patients with adrenal fatigue, what you want to remember is that adrenal fatigue is more than just adrenal fatigue. So shoot over to my site and figure out why, right? But when we look at the adrenal issues, I see these allergies and asthma issues all the time. There's basically two tests I'll run on my patients who have adrenal fatigue for the most part. A saliva test to understand what's going on with those adrenal hormones, as well as a food allergy test, because believe it or not, food allergies can trigger asthma as well. And this was very true for me. It's true for a lot of different patients as well. What I learned was that if I identified and dealt with those food allergies sooner rather than later, people felt better quicker, right? I think that's at least the removal of that stress. Let's scoop that out of the bucket at least. But the thing is, we still have to fix this underlying problem. Because if we don't fix somebody's physiology that's stuck in fight or flight, right? And they're constantly, the stress hormone is telling the immune system to behave this way, right? Then people just develop allergies to the new groups of foods they eat or to the environment, things like that. As we shift and work on shifting this physiology and healing that adrenal fatigue over time, I have seen allergies go away. So if any of you out there are dealing with adult onset allergies or asthma, no matter whether that started in childhood or maybe it developed later on, you definitely want to check out if you might have adrenal fatigue. Take the quiz that we have on our website, look at the symptoms or get tested because that just well may be the true underlying cause of those problems. All my best.